Hey, this is Alex for GenerationHookah.com. Bringing you my second review of tonight. It's another apple flavor. This one's a Starbuzz caramel apple. The shisha is kind of didn't want to roll quite as well, so I have actually 3.5 coconaras on there right now, which is a little normally quite a bit more than I normally use. I normally use like 3, but whatever. It's rolling fine now. It just required a little more coals. The smell on this shisha, kind of smells like caramel, like a burnt caramel. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it smells like a burnt caramel. The cut on it's typical Starbuzz, you know, quite a few stems. It's dyed like a dark cola color, I guess to look like caramel, but who knows. The taste, it's a very meh flavor. I tried this flavor once before and I didn't like it, but I still had it, so I figured I might as well do a review, pre-warn you guys, you know, that it's not worth it. It tastes kind of like caramel, a really, really light taste of caramel, but just kind of tastes more like dry, puffy air. A little bit of the coconut taste to it, but I'm getting like more of like just cold taste than I am actual shisha, which is kind of depressing. And I said I had some problems earlier with heat management, and actually I had an extra coal, which I could have probably just thrown a wind cover on it, but I didn't feel like going all the way inside to grab it. Oh well, it's rolling fine now. Rolling on my Morholos, my Maya Razzo, 3 coconaras, well 3.5 coconaras in a vortex bowl. Slight change from my usual setup. I'm getting some okay clouds. I mean, they're thick, but not as thick as the ones I just did on the apple cinnamon review. It's okay. I mean, I've definitely tasted a lot better apple flavors. Definitely tasted better caramel flavors. And I mean, this is neither, there's no positive either way. I mean, I taste no apple at all. There's no apple in this flavor. I mean, the only thing that this thing's got going for it right now are the clouds, but I'm kind of overdosing with coconaras right now. So I'm expecting this to get really harsh rather shortly, because anything normally more than 3 coconaras in a vortex bowl is bad news. Very disappointing flavor. I mean, when I think of caramel apple, I think of either like little caramel apple suckers or like an actual caramel apple like you get at like a fair. This is nowhere near either of them. as I said, it tastes like dry puffy air with a slight like hint of caramel just buried beneath all this puffy, just tasting air. I'd really not recommend the shisha unless you're really wanting to blow just some money on nothing. I mean, there's a lot of other things I'd rather spend my money on, but shitty shisha is not one of them. I've pretty much gone through probably a good 80% of Starbuzz's line now, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. I mean, a lot of the flavors I've tried lately are definitely not like the Starbuzz I loved before. I mean, a lot of them are kind of okay, but the past, I think, like 3 or 4 that I've really tried are just been really bad. I mean, they're smokable, but like not worth the money you're paying for Starbuzz. I mean, I could probably get some discount shisha, like El Waha, something that's not a premium brand. You get a lot more flavor from it than I am out of the caramel apple here, and you pay a tenth the price. But, overall, I'm gonna give this shisha 3 out of 10. I mean, maybe 3.5. Really not that impressive. I mean, the clouds are there, but that's about it. I really wouldn't recommend buying it at all. Kind of poor quality. I mean, not what you'd expect from Starbuzz. Since there's not much else to say about the shisha, I'll go in a little spiel about GenerationPuka.com. It's a great site. Lots of helpful advice for you new and up-and-coming smokers, or if you're just looking to find out some facts and look at some reviews of some new shisha. We're putting up reviews left and right now. I mean, I think tonight alone I put up 2, and I think I've seen 3 other ones put up so far just tonight alone. So it's a really active site. The chat's normally always going. There's always people willing to talk. I mean, it's a nice little community we got going. It's growing quite rapidly now. Definitely hop over there and take a look and sign up. I mean, the worst that can happen is you don't like it and you don't ever go back on the site. I mean, but for the most part, it's a helpful place to learn and get your questions answered about shisha, hookah, anything related, or just even come shoot the shit with us. I mean, we're always down to bullshit and talk a lot. We're normally on there. Somebody's normally on there all the time. It's a nice little site. You should definitely join. I mean, the activity is a lot better than most forums out there, as far as hookah goes anyways. But with that, you guys have a good night.